The translator.
All right.
We're in the game.
We're in the game.
So let's do it.
We're going to throw this up on screen. Now the question is, here's what I really want to know is, does NaNiWa send an extra probe here? All right, in the upper left, in the red, we have our Protoss player who's just received a warning. His ID is...
Oh my god. NaNiWa's not doing
Genius.
And we have a lot to talk about, so let me just intro NaNiWa up here next, because this is getting interesting. All right, in the bottom right, we have our Protoss player. He's not cheesing this time. He is...
Quantic NaNiWa.
It is fascinating
Yes.
that he has chosen not to cheese this time. And we could guess for days on why he's not doing it. We're just going to have to ask him.
He didn't send a probe this time. He was probably afraid if Genius sees that I sent a probe, you know.
Well, there's no way that he could have known.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how much, if NaNiWa actually put thought into, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I feel like sometimes people rethink it in situations like this. Like, I know that you've had games that you've had to restart. Did you do the same build again in those games?
Well, I had the situation against Slog where I had to restart my computer 5 times, and I was winning every single one of those games. I did not do the same build every time.
Okay.
But my crashes in my tournament experience were actually like 8 minutes in or something like that.
I was playing Hydra in WCG USA Finals, and I had him dead, and they like unplugged every internet in the entire tournament to plug one Tony Hawk Pro Skater computer in. Like, I flipped out, man. I had to yell at admins for like an hour.
I've had my fair share.
And they made me replay it, and I did the same build, and Hydra just went quick TT drop and killed me that game. It's okay. I still won the match, though.
Artosis still took home the trophy.
No, I didn't take home any trophy, but I still beat
That's
Hydra,
better. There were no trophies back then for us. They're like, you won a mouse pad and a poster. I'm like, I will be poor and unhappy forever as a pro gamer in StarCraft 1.
You never would get back in those days, the mouse pad would never arrive at your house. Like,
oh, yeah. Like, we'll mail it to you.
Sure you will.
Yeah, right.
All right, so NaNiWa with double gas.
All right, now here's the thing.
He's only scouted for proxies.
If NaNiWa loses this, he's actually, I mean, imagine that this ghost that's going to follow NaNiWa for the rest of his career, you know?
I should have proxied.
I should have done it. What if I had proxied?
Genius didn't scout his natural, so if there was going to be proxy gates there, maybe he could have done something with them. But Genius did go Zealot first, which really helps with trying to hold that.
So again, guys, Genius has received a warning. I think if he pauses again, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, he better have like a legit reason if he's going to pause.
All right. He like pauses again to go play music.
I used to have the most legit reasons to pause. Like when I was really angry and someone beat me in like a stupid way or with a dumb all-in, I'd like pause in StarCraft 1 and just be like, just start typing to them about how stupid they were and like lecturing them, and they'd be like, "What? Is this why you paused?" I'd be like, "You're damn right. That's why I paused." Oh, the good old days.
Good old days. We were angry nerds.
The better new days.
NaNiWa is going to get a bunch of sentries here.
Yeah, he's going quite a few sentries.
So he's going to get a Nexus next.
Yeah, this is actually, and this is a great map for...
Oh!
Whoa! Sickest
Could that force field have been any better?
No, it couldn't have.
The sickest force field of life.
Yes. See, this is a great map for fast expansions, as mentioned before. In fact, both of them going for the super fast expansions here. NaNiWa with a little bit more on his sentries. In fact, not even doing Stalker, whereas Genius did 2 Stalkers. Both of them going right into Robo. And yeah, this is, looks like it's going to turn into a reasonably long game. I wonder if we're going to see Immortal Drops at all here. It can be a good follow-up to go into Immortal Drops, but you got to make the decision. Do you want to go straight into Immortal Drops? Do you want to go straight into Colossi and get the Colossi count lead? And there is another one where you actually go like 5 gates and Immortals, and you start trying to bust their ramp with an Observer a little bit, and it's actually like surprisingly hard to stop. But that one's much less common because if someone just micros perfectly with force fields and stuff, then you lose.
You never want to bank on your opponent just making a mistake with builds like that.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you play the matchup? Well, I cross my fingers and hope he's not as good as me.
But you know, there's I'm going to say it's hard to play perfectly.
Of course.
NaNiWa actually has a proxy pylon. Interesting.
Yeah, well, I think what might actually happen is if he sees Genius move out, he might actually make Zealots and just go into the natural.
Could be. Not a bad choice, really. The Observer barely didn't see it.
Oh my god. Okay, the Observers are coming down here now. And they're going to see that, yes, in fact, we are going to go into a macro game. PvP really so different from how it was before, man.
Oh, yeah, it's actually a really good matchup.
So it's no longer just 4 gates.
And anti-4 gates.
Yep.
In fact, that makes 4 gate good sometimes.
That's true.
It's like people are just so...
All right, Genius going to have a Colossus lead here. Now, he did see the proxy pylon there from NaNiWa.
Now, there is the possibility, getting that robotics, that he's going to go for a Warp Prism first. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. In fact, both of them are going for 2 Immortals so far. So I'll be interested to see if either of them wants to follow it up with the Warp Prism. NaNiWa definitely going to get a 3rd Immortal or Warp Prism, I think. So he didn't time it out to just go straight into Colossus.
Okay, he's been able to see pretty much everything now. He's going to see the robotics facility there. Or robotics support bay, excuse me.
Genius going right for Warp Prism. I think he will get speed as well. Yep, there it is. And this is my favorite way to follow up the fast expansion, is straight into Warp Prism plus speed for Immortal drops, because your opponent is also going to be going for Colossi, because
so
anything else you can just overpower onto 2 base. So yeah, basically they're not going to have any Stalkers. They don't want to make Stalkers at all. And he saw the Warp Prism. Very nice.
Now, was NaNiWa looking?
Yes, he just warped in a couple Stalkers and is making a cannon in his main, so he knows exactly what he has to do right now. But still, even if you see it coming, it can be very annoying. As long as you do not lose it or the Immortals, you're going to be happy. Because it gives you map control, it keeps them in their base, you can dictate where their units are, and it didn't actually cost you much to do at all. It's really cheap. Warp Prism speed's very cheap. You want a Warp Prism anyways. You already have the Immortals. Why not?
All right. Let's see if this is going to be very effective. It's funny that we actually have Immortal drops. Who would have thought with StarCraft 2 came out we'd have Immortal drops? Double Force Field, or Forge, by the way, here for Genius.
And double Robo. He's being so... This is so greedy. I'll talk about that in a second. First, we got to see him drop these Immortals. He's got to be so careful. In fact, he took way too much damage there, so he's going to have to back up and play more safely. Now, what he's doing here, he's banking on the Immortals, keeping NaNiWa in his base. If NaNiWa didn't go for a second Robo, if he actually just went Colossus off 1 and went up to 6 gates and then attacked, then he could have broken through, because Genius is being so unbelievably greedy. But NaNiWa's playing it more safe, more steady, going for his second Robo, and defending against this Immortal drop, making sure he doesn't take any damage, because Immortal drops deal damage really quickly. So really interesting the way that these two strategies are matching up, and the way that Genius is relying upon this. And even though he's relying upon it like this, the reason it's going to work out, his greediness, is because NaNiWa is playing such a safe and solid style.
All right, he wants to kill this probe here. As you can see, the Immortal's pretty good at killing stuff quickly here. And whoa! Now note, as you can see, there's no Stalkers here, so it's not hard to get the Warp Prism out of there. The question, though, is I'm on the same page as you are, Tosis. Is NaNiWa going to identify what's going on?
Well, he's definitely going to go for a 3rd base. So, I mean, they're both going double Robo, and NaNiWa with the 3rd base quicker, whereas the double Forge for his opponent. Like, he doesn't have to identify what's going on. You know, he's actually also being a little bit greedy, but he's also being very safe. No, everything's actually completely fine at the moment.
All right, looks like Genius is going to be taking his 3rd base pretty soon here. And I like the cannons here from NaNiWa saying, look, I don't want to deal with this the Warp Prism harass anymore. He'll probably target down the Warp Prism even if it comes in there. Yeah,
definitely. It's the Warp Prism you want to kill here for sure. Genius is doing a great job with the harassment still, even though he's like really not doing all that much. Like, if you don't see this coming, it kills a ton. But he saw it coming and is blocking a lot, but a lot of probes being killed, pylons here and there, a few units.
Okay, here he comes again. Now, again, remember, even if he doesn't get stuff, he wants to get the... whoa, he's got to be careful here.
Great job, though.
Look at that. Really nice.
Beautifully done.
That was so good by Genius.
And look at his supply is starting to peak up a little bit.
Yeah, it is. I'm so blown away by that nice micro.
Genius on 6 Colossi against 5 of his opponent.
Do you see them going Warp Prism? Do you think you can just try to like hard counter it with Stargate or something? Because it's pretty clear that they might be going for lots of Colossi on top of that.
Well, the thing is, they're going to see that because they're flying around your base,
That's
and then
true.
they switch into Mass Stalker. That's why I'm saying, you know, you can go straight for this when you're both going for 2 base, because Robo builds just overpower everything on 2 base. It's on 1 base where you have to really watch out. So the best way to counter is what I was mentioning before, is go up to 6 gates, go Colossus, and just attack them right away. And I mean, it turns into like this weird base tradey thing sometimes, but oftentimes you can break them because they're so busy microing the Immortals, and the Immortals aren't back with their main army.
Well, guys, for the Colossus count, it's 8v7. NaNiWa, the number 7. But I don't know if Genius is going to attack anytime soon, so NaNiWa can catch up here. NaNiWa also has 4 Immortals to the 2, which are, by the way, being floated around in the Warp Prism. And as far as everything else goes, it looks like NaNiWa is pretty much up.
Yeah, the Warp Prism kind of going home right now. I think he just wants to drop the Immortals off for now and maybe start using Zealots. The Immortals still an important part of his army. He does not want them lost. And, I mean, this is turning into one of those super long games.
I love that this has actually become a long, dramatic PvP.
By the way, 2-2, about to finish for Genius, +3 on the way for NaNiWa. So he's done a great job of really pushing forward that attack upgrade, which is more important than the armor upgrade.
Now, I love that he's clearing out the Zealots in his army, because you don't actually need Zealots in the late game. They don't really do anything except die to Colossi hits, and that's not actually a good thing. Just so you know, FYI.
Yeah, I mean, if you get to like a super late game PvP, like 6 base versus 6 base type thing, which you sometimes see, you're going to see mostly Archons and
he
stuff.
morphed all Archons there. Was that actually good? Was that a mistake?
No,
like
Archons are amazingly good in these situations because they're going to be using Zealots as the mineral sink. And,
oh my god, he's going for the Nexus.
Wow. Genius making so many Zealots.
NaNiWa's moving out.
The Zealots actually hold the Stalkers back so the Warp Prism can get away.
I think NaNiWa's in a lot of trouble, Artosis.
He may be.
I don't know if he's really dealing with this very well. Okay, got more Zealots out here. Oh man, this is so bad.
Nice warping by NaNiWa, though, actually. He's starting to hold everything. And wow, great hold by NaNiWa. Look at that.
Yeah, really nice.
Zealot's doing so great. But yeah, this can oftentimes happen in this matchup.
We got an engagement here. Who's going to be in position?
We have 9 Colossus against 7. Genius in the lead. His 3-3 is on the way.
Thank God he was at the watchtower there. Okay, so this is no longer impactful in this game. By the way, it's 195 to 181 supply.
Yeah, Genius in a really great spot. In fact, he's going to take a 4th base. And, you know, you notice how NaNiWa kept his main army out in the map.
What are the upgrades for Genius? Because I know NaNiWa's 3-0.
He's got 3-3 on the way, whereas NaNiWa is starting +1 armor.
Guys, I think NaNiWa might be dead. I don't know.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, Genius is playing a great game here. He's trying to force NaNiWa's army out of position by doing these crazy warp-ins. And if he gets out of position one time, Genius will go over and kill a base and just get too far ahead. But NaNiWa's not taking that, man. In fact, starting to move forward a little bit.
Genius actually going to give this up now. Oh.
Genius trying to get into position. You got to have your Colossi spread out as best as possible.
All right, these Zealots are not going to do anything here.
Yeah, they're going to be cleaned up pretty easily.
Uh-oh, nice interception here. All right, he's going to go back.
Oh, that's a lot of Archons. And in fact, Genius has a pretty good spread. NaNiWa moving forward, and look at this.
Oh, look at the target here.
Oh, so well done by NaNiWa there. And in fact, Genius is in a ton of trouble. Dude, Genius is just going to straight up lose.
Yeah, it was 2 good Colossus shots.
Yeah, he nailed all the other Colossus. Genius was 2 stacked up. Looked for a moment like he had a nice spread, but NaNiWa coming out on top. And Genius.
Sit up his chair. He's going to punch it out right now. GG.
NaNiWa in round of 8 of Codes for the second season in a row. Absolute insanity. Hugging Caldor there.
I think that's Jean-Luc Picard, but I'm not sure.
Well, you know what? He's Riker and Worf all in one.
Wow.
He's everything Diana Troy ever wanted.
No, that's actually great. NaNiWa did it. And, man, talk about a tense PvP. He was behind. For most of that PvP.
Genius outplayed him in several locations, but NaNiWa way killed him in the battle. Like, this is how he actually won on Cloud Kingdom as well. He had these great targets on clumped up Colossi. You know, when your Colossi get clumped up, and NaNiWa has, like, bam, he does that.
Well,
and, like,
they do the thing where they back up a little bit, and then he just runs forward and hits the Colossi twice. I think, actually, Genius might have been warping something in back at home.
Might have been.
It was a weird moment where it just seemed like...
Well, it doesn't matter how it happened.
Yeah.
All that matters is that NaNiWa is in top 8 for the second time. He's in Codeus next season no matter what. Can he take home
Can he
a
keep
victory?
this going? Is that actually us behind him?
Yeah,
okay. I was like,
darn, I wish I could go back to that. I just noticed.
Like, who bought their clothes? Wow, Genius, very, very sad. But you know what? NaNiWa played better.
Yeah, I did. This is amazing, man. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Guys, show NaNiWa your support all over the internet because he deserves it.
Tweeted him. I don't know his...
Caldor very happy, as we see.
Very happy.
Yeah.
And do we know NaNiWa's
He's so happy that another European player doing so well. With all his pride being from Europe. That big country over there.
Big country?
Yeah, man. I love to say things like that because there's
people
always
freak
like a
out.
few people that are like,
excuse me, that's the guy who doesn't get sarcasm on Twitter. He's like, he was probably about to tweet us right now where he's like, they're being
you got me.
You got me that time.
All right, so, I mean, this is great, man, to see him just do so well. 2 seasons right in a row, really showing that he deserved that seed, and he's making great use of it. It's insane.
It's really insane. Well, for the sake of summary, we're going to go ahead and take a look at today's results. But, of course, we already know NaNiWa moving on along with all right, there it is. NaNiWa moving on along with Beyond.
Genius, 3rd place. Keen in 4th. They both dropped down to the round 3 of Code A, though.
Yeah, you know, Genius did play really well, though. I was really pleased. I bet
really
Genius is just kicking himself for not beating Beyond.
Oh, certainly, and not just that, but he was in a good spot that game. He was taking extra bases. He engaged poorly, and you have to have your Colossus spread so well. That's actually like one of the ways that I always lose that matchup too. Oh,
whoop,
no,
right.
I kind of wanted to see that. All right, next group.
I think we're gonna put that up after.
DRG, Ryung, Supernova, and Nestea. Who will advance with Nestea? Who, of course, is going to advance. Let's not be silly.
DRG.
Let's not be silly gooses. Let's not be funny ducks. All right. Nestea's going to make it. Let's take a look at the round of 8 as well.
Yeah, the round of 8's, of course, really exciting. What we've seen so far.
versus Symbol.
Ooh.
Beyond versus Group D, 2nd place. NaNiWa against Nestea, hopefully. And Taja against MC. An insane lineup, man.
Wow.
Look at that. We have 3 Protosses up there, 2 Terrans, and a Zerg. Zerg is overpowered.
It's not fair.
Well, we'll probably get 2 Zergs tomorrow, I think. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just, wow. What a great round of 8 so far. Wowzers.
Well, it's nice. It's dynamic as far as the race balance goes, which is good. Guys, be sure to come down for the finals. It's in Busan. I know we've held like 9 or something now in Seoul, but this is not going to be one of those moments. So, you know, because we do have a lot of people who don't look into this until like the night before.
Yeah, guys, like, it's worth a little vacation down there. Just stay in like a cheap love motel or something.
You go to the beach, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to cost you that much. You team up with a few friends
for like
in a love motel.
$50 or something.
Absolutely, and the train ride, you can get them as cheap as like 30 or 40.
35, I think, something like that.
Yeah, for the one that takes like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Or you can pay a little bit more to go.
I think the
quicker,
one that gets you there faster is 60 or 70.
Something like that.
Something like that. That's like a 3-hour one.
Yeah, or you could be like me and make Kwani drive you.
Yeah, man.
That's the way I like to do it.
Pick us up in his magic helicopter.
Yeah.
As we already said, bottom of our screen, go to Busan. It's going to be crazy. Hyundai Beach, a huge tourist destination. If you guys ever saw, what was it? Pro League Finals was held there when there was an epic number of people that showed up.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, a lot of great things happening right now. And make sure you tune in tomorrow because it's going to kick ass.
Wow, Artosis, you really summed it up, man.
Yeah. It's, I guess, follow us on Twitter. I'm Artosis. He's Call Me Tasis. By the way, check out youtube.com/ArtosisTV. I'm putting a lot of stuff up on there.
Oh, yeah, to teach you guys and a lot of great stuff. Also, this is, I think, another one of our record days, over 5 hours, Artosis. It's been over 5 hours. That's why we look a little out of it.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Long day.
Anyways,
didn't even notice.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to take, I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. So take care. I love you. Bye.
Just to feel something more. If I could do this over, I'd make it last forever and keep it all together. But every day I
GSL.